It occurred to me sometime during the breeding of all of these frogs and everything that I can't make a Froglight farm if I don't have a way to get them to some magma cubes. Welcome back, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the time lapse there. I am out here in the nether, and we're talking way out into the nether. This nether portal here that I reconstructed during that little time lapse there, this actually goes out to a portal that I established whenever I started 1.17. Whenever I updated to that version, I flew like way out in the world and set up another portal, and this is basically where it came out. I've got to come on, finish doing some decoration with all this kind of stuff. It's not done. It's not done. But I need a way to get the frogs to a place where magma cubes are going to spawn indefinitely, and there is. I'm almost out of rockets, so I got to go back and get more. But there's a Bastion remnant, like another 100 or so blocks forward for the nether highway. Like, I've dead centered it. This is like dead center with where my beacon is, right inside of the thing. And I was busy clearing it out because I'm stripping it down to get blocks to build the ice boat road back in the overworld. So the nether highway, and this is glass that I was supposed to use for the giant red golem that I built where my iron farm is going to go. And I had a whole like shulker box full of this stuff that was not going to get used, so I was like, why don't I just use it in the nether highway and put it in here in the Crimson Forest, because the color palette kind of fits the vibe of the atmosphere. But you guys will remember, if you're a fan of the series, the old Crimson Forest outpost out here. I've been building chest boats because I think they're cool. Boing, boing, boing. So yeah, you guys will remember this place, but it's taken a little bit of an update since last. You might have seen it. Did some andesite and some smooth stone here into the walls to texture this thing a little bit. Gave it some windows. We need to get some more interior decorations and stuff in here. Honestly, it's not going to get much. Like, it's going to get just like little bits and pieces. I don't necessarily know. And then, of course, we have a door that goes to the outside where there's usually always icky, bad, mean things. But the nether highway always ended here. It always ended at the Crimson Outpost. And I really need a safe way to travel to get the frogs, and I really love this roof too. This is just red nether brick, and I mixed in some of the crimson. Whoop! Stupid ghasts. I really don't want them to destroy any of my stuff, because I reshaped that bank over there. Like, I've done so much stuff in here, and I don't want them to mess it up. But yeah, I really needed to get the nether highway extended, and it always had ended at the Crimson Forest. So basically, I had to completely... Oh, stop it. I had to completely extend this thing way through here, way through this Soul Sand Valley that's right here. And we cut into this Bastion Remnant, and eventually it's going to turn right. Sheep. We are on our way out here to this Bastion Remnant, this way out here. And oop. Ow. You guys might have seen this in a previous video. Honestly, I can't remember if I've ever done anything here or not. But down at the base of this thing, we have a big emerald beacon. And we have right there exactly what we need to build the farm that we're looking for. That's a magma cube spawner. I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to clear out a lot more of this Bastion Remnant. Just kind of, maybe I'll do it on streams, or maybe I'll do it on whatever. But I really need a lot of this blackstone for the ice boat road in the overworld. And, you know, I might clear out some more of it. But the good thing is once the highway reaches here, we're going to have a perfect avenue, to get our frogs here into the overworld, or into the nether, and get them safely to where we need to have them kill magma cubes to generate a whole bunch of them. I have no idea what I'm going to build for this farm yet. We'll probably just do like a little minecart track, and we'll do... I don't even know. like a minecart track, and then we need something that's not like a full block maybe for the minecart hopper to catch the I don't know. I have no idea what we're going to do just yet. Also, I got to cut that tree down. It's in the way. But yeah, this is just, you know, continuing the extensions of the Nether Highway, just continuing to build out this massive network that I've basically been building for years and years and years, and I love building more extensions of it. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of just like super easy peasy. Like I can just kind of relax. I can just place some blocks. We can just extend it out. But we got to finish building this thing this way, so that way we can get to our Bastion remnant and we can get a plan in place to actually start building this Froglight farm and get my hands on as many Froglights as I could ever possibly need. But I thought that the most tedious thing in Minecraft was corralling villagers and doing villager trading and all that. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, this is terrible. This is the wrong thing. This is ow. Oh, God. But no, it's these little guys that I've got in the back here. We got one of the green ones in here. Taking him on his voyage through the nether here, through the nether tunnel. Because I got to bring them one at a time. And we went back the wrong way. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is just so tedious because I got to bring them one at a time, and then like from the Nether Highway, we have to take them down, drop like through the sky. I've already lost 2 frogs. I've got 2 there to where we're building the farm here. While I continue this journey here, I'm going to show you what I've been working on over in Creative, kind of the concept for this farm. So behold the proof of concept for this farm. We've got powdered snow in here, and you'll see the magma cube. It's going to snuff him out here. Bloop. He's going to turn into some medium-sized ones. They're still too tall. Their hitbox still goes into the powdered snow, so eventually they're going to take damage and they're going to turn into the little baby ones. And then you'll see the frogs just go nuts as soon as the little baby ones appear in there, and that's what we're after. Those beautiful, beautiful froglights that we've got floating around down there on the bottom. And basically this is an exact replica of what we've got built out there at the Bastion remnant. I'm in a creative backup of the world here, so that's why we're like flying around in the air and all that kind of different stuff, in case you guys were wondering. But, yeah, I mean, I really, really, like, I've got to move these frogs one at a time out to this stupid farm in order to make this work. And, I mean, I'm just hoping that when I get to the end of the road here, I don't plummet off of the edge and kill another frog. All right, so we got to start slowing down right around the time we see that nether portal right there. So I had to do a bunch of hay bales in here. I actually did this on a stream. I am going to be streaming from Tritoncraft again, so make sure you're subscribed over at twitch.tv/livestream for the cure if you want to check out streams of Tritoncraft. But yeah, we got to just be careful here because we got to go far enough out to hit the hay bales, but not so far that we miss them or accidentally kill the frog like we just did. I don't understand how that keeps happening. But we've got enough powdered snow to build our layer in there, and we've got all of our magma cubes trapped inside of this cube. Once I finish building the farm, we're going to get all of our frogs in here. We're going to close down this glass right here, and then all of the frogs are just going to be chewing up all of the little bits from the magma cubes as they fall in here. I've already got our storage in place here. There's a little minecart track that goes underneath all that with a minecart hopper in there. That's going to pick up all the froglights and bring them in here to unload it. It goes into a little dropper vader that you can see back there behind the chests, and then it's going to deposit them into these chests. I got the minecart in there just kind of waiting for me to do what I'm going to do, and then it'll go back out on its voyage once it empties out and keep collecting more and more and more of the froglights. I figure what I'm going to do, and I'm going to set my beacon back up because I had to destroy my beacon in order to kind of start doing the rest of this stuff in here. But what I'm going to do is once I get all the frogs in place, once we get this farm actually running, instead of just sitting here and AFKing, I'm going to tear down this bastion. I've been needing to tear down this bastion. And I will tell you now, I have died so many times. You'll notice that I'm downgraded severely into diamond gear here. I have died so many times, both from trying to close those stupid magma cubes in there, trying to get rid of all the magma that was on the floor of this thing, and then these endermen. Like, it's just impossible to build with this many endermen just constantly in your face because they just try to walk inside of your face. Like, I probably have died a dozen times, if not more. But now we gotta head back to the overworld and see if we can't corral some more frogs. Well, he looks cold in there, doesn't he? Think he's chilly? Are you chilly in there? Oh, yep, he's chilly in there. Welcome back, everybody. As we watch the magma cubes fall into the farm, and of course we can see that... Don't look at the guy. There he goes. He's gonna die very soon. You can just see the Froglights popping up in there. Now, this farm is only, like, literally as big as the bounding box for the magma cube spawner there, which I believe is 9 by 9. I have 4 of each of the 3 different color frogs in there. I'm going to actually splice in some footage here of me big braiding it. Like, I was trying to take them down bubble vaders and do all sorts of really, really stupid things with the frogs to get them here, when I could have just broken out the window, as you'll see in the clip here. Yeah, could have just been very, very smart. The frogs, I healed them all up. I threw some instant splash potions of healing in there to try to heal them up, make sure they're okay. I don't know if they will take any damage in there from anything or not. I don't think so, because the magma cubes don't target them and don't attack them. But maybe they'll take, like, wow, that was a big jump. Maybe they'll take, like, some incidental damage or something. They can't, their hitbox isn't big enough to stay up into the powdered snow. I think those 2 blocks there disappeared because I did put a light underneath inside of where the track is, and I think that might just be too close to that light, but so far all the rest of the powdered snow seems to be sticking around and hanging out in there. You can see our little guys in there kind of maneuvering about and bouncing around and doing their hippity-hoppity, ribbity-ribbity things. And now this farm is stupid kinds of productive. This amount in this chest is going to represent like a very, very short time frame, basically finishing up, like, doing things in here and coming back and forth, building, you know, dropping off supplies, picking things up, taking things back to the overworld, all that kind of stuff. Bam. I mean, we have just an absolutely stupid number. 3 full stacks, it looks like, of each color, and we're working on a 4th one already. This is probably, I would say, less than an hour total of work out here at this farm. It's just kind of absolutely obscene how productive this thing is and how many Froglights this thing actually is going to produce. We are going to rip out this Bastion remnant, and while we rip this thing out, I want to see how many Froglights we're going to produce in the time it takes me to rip this structure down. We're not going to tear out, like, I'm going to tear out this walkway and stuff, but we're not going to tear out, like, these pools of lava and that piece over there. That's going to stay there. I'm not worried about that. I want this piece here, for now, gone. Listening to this absolute insanity that is going on behind me. Yeah. So there's one somewhere in there. Where is he? He's in there somewhere. I know he's at... Wow. He's in there somewhere. There is one orange frog left in there. This is the second time I've had to refill the frog farm because something keeps happening to them. Now, I've seen other farm designs, like Impulse made one, Azuma made one, where they just did inner, like, like 1 block spaces in between all these, because you don't need a full layer of these, because the hit blocks of the big and the medium magma cube are big enough still that they're going to intersect with one of them at some point. There are so many baby magma cubes in here, I can't even see. Oh, there he is. He's right there. There is one orange guy who gets you the yellow Froglights in here. So in doing that time lapse of tearing down the Bastion, I got about halfway done with it, and I was just curious. I was like, I wonder how many Froglights we have, because this thing was just running in here the whole time. After all that time that I had to spend delivering all of those frogs here. And I came down here, and I was kind of astonished to see not much. I mean, it was like these top 2 rows, if that. Actually, no, I think it was just the top row. Either way, I don't know what it was. It doesn't matter what it was. But all of a sudden, I just noticed, like, there were no Endermen spawning. And then I just would walk by this thing and I would hear so much noise. And I couldn't see this before. I can see it now. So something's happening with the frogs, that the frogs are disappearing. Now, the magma cubes don't aggro at them. But I don't know exactly what it is that's happening to the frogs that's causing them to die. My theory is the fact that this was just like this whole sheet in here. Like, it was just a whole sheet of powdered snow over the top of this. Like, maybe, like, the frogs kept jumping into it because frogs do frogging stuff, and they kept getting too cold, and they were freezing to death or something. There's just that one orange soldier in there doing his thing. The first time, like, this video, first of all, this video and I don't know if it's going to be one episode or two, but this has taken me an eternity to do. An absolute eternity to do because I noticed the frogs were out there. It took me so long to boss all these frogs all across the stupid nether to try to do all this nonsense. So I decided I wasn't going to have any more of that. And you'll see here we've built an extension of the nether highway down this way. And there are two portals that are directly linked into each other. And they're going to lead over to a beautiful place that I'm so proud of. Also, I hope it's not dark out. It's always dark when I come through these portals. And that means there's always baddies around here. You'll also notice an obscene number of frogs out here because I keep breeding them and then they keep escaping the house. Behold the frog sanctuary. This is one of 3 frog sanctuaries, obviously. We did a little bit of deep slate stuff in there, and then we mixed in some of the new mangrove wood, which I really love. And then just a little bit of copper there to split up in between the first and second floor. We got some candles lit up there. Nothing too complicated or anything like that. The roof is the thing that took me the longest, and I'm still not 100% happy with it. But then, we got a little smokestack up top, and I made that out of some just normal blocks to kind of chuck that in here. I like it, though. I think it looks really nice. And then in here, of course, is where we've got all of our frogs. Very simple in here, not a lot of decor. We've just got a couple little ponds, obviously, so they can do their breeding, which, is nice. And there are just so many frogs. There are frogs everywhere here. Look how many frogs are outside of this place. Wow. They have a tendency to, when I hold slime balls or when I open the door to catch some, they have a tendency to just all, fly out the door. Let's try to gather up some of these guys that are outside here rather than opening the door back up. So basically, I just was tired. I was like, I am not dragging all these frogs all this way again. So I went all the way down to the end of the nether highway, down by where this bastion is. And you guys may remember, that this is down here by the 1.17 portal. My 1.17... No, I don't want him to go through. Dang it. Stop it. Oh, there's 2 of them in here. And they picked up my leads. Of course they did. Come on. Get away from the portal. Get away from the portal. I got 6 somehow. I only wanted 4. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I don't care. But essentially... No. See, this is the annoying thing, though, is they jump back through the portal, and it's like, come on, you jerks. Stay with me here. So yeah, I was like, I am not humping all of these frogs all this way again. So I found, the 1.17 village that I had already built a portal at, which is where, of course, the Bastion remnant is anyway. And then I found, it just happened that there were actually pretty close other biomes, right to it. Don't go through the port. And I purposely built this little ice path around this thing to avoid this exact issue, but of course it doesn't matter. Of course it doesn't matter. There's already oh my god. I will see you guys back at the frog farm eventually here. We've got so many freaking guys here too. Take a fly up and I'll show you guys this one as well. This is right up on top of a little hillside here. We've got a path going up the hillside here, and I stuck some calcite blocks in here. I'm kind of actually really loving this. We just got some calcite. There's some powdered snow right in here, too. I just decided to leave it there instead of cutting it all out of here. And then, of course, we come in here. Another Froglight sanctuary right inside here. This one's got our green frogs. They're all designed just a little bit differently. I wanted all of them to have their kind of own unique little look. This one's got a little bit bigger pond and a deeper pond in here. This one's actually 2 deep. And we've got a little bit of carpet in here. A, it's hiding some light, but B, it's also mimicking snow. Because, of course, these frogs are bred in this snowy biome here. Wrong door. Wrong door. Please don't go out that door. You go back in there. And we got to... see, this is the problem, though, is I keep running into these issues. Because none of these places are really super-duper safe. I really probably should light up, a lot further around a lot of these places. But I haven't. What is happening here? Why is this door open? Oh my goodness, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible. Come on. Yeah, I thought this was going to be like a super smart idea to build all these nether portals like right in line with each other. Decidedly no. It absolutely the worst idea I've ever had. Ah, my goodness. I think I just saw it go over there. Oh my god, look at all of them. And there's a fox with my lead. Look, he's got my lead. There are so many frogs over here. Holy crap. Because I got to build a little plank here, basically, and have these guys walk the plank. Because they'll hang off of here. I just noticed this. They'll bob up and down off of this thing and just kind of hang here until I get them down, until I bump them off the sides here. And eventually what I'll do is I'll fall down in here. Now, eventually this is going to be just a frog drop tower. We'll be able to bring frogs in here, and we can bust them all in like this. I mean, this is still way faster than it was to bring them all the way down here in the first place, so I'm not going to complain. But then we just, beep, beep, yep, drop them all down here, and they all survive because there's hay bales up underneath all this carpet. Please don't breed them. I don't want to necessarily remove... Yeah, go in there. Go in there. Look at it. Look at all the tasty magma cubes in there. What are you guys doing? Move it. Guys, get in there. Why will you not go in there and eat those guys? Go eat them. They're super tasty. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Well, let's come through here. So this is the original 1.17 village here. And of course, we built another one of our Froglight sanctuaries here. Really, really love this. It just, you know, I'm trying to maybe do a little bit more advanced building and different things like that. Adding in more details like fence gates like that, just to kind of have like some depth. I really, really think that looks good. I really love it. So... Well, I was going to say, there's not a lot of frogs in here, but there's tons of tadpoles in here that haven't grown up yet. Again, a little bit different design. We've got a little hill in here with some moss on it, of course. We're hiding some lights in there and everything. And, of course, we've got our little pond over here with an absolute infinity of tadpoles in there. So I'm just going to open the door here, and we're just going to take some slime balls in the old handicle. All of these places have slime balls and leads, by the way, just in case I ever need to replace one type of frog or whatever. If I notice for some reason we're missing a bunch of another type, I don't really know. Come on. Get all four of you guys on some leads here. Might as well grab this guy as well. And we just yank them to the portal. Okay. Can we get all 5 in? Yeah, we got all 5 in. Look at that. See you guys back down in the fortress. Oh, what an odyssey it has been. They're gonna walk right in front of my face. They're thinking about it right now. They're gonna walk right. Don't you dare. I will chop you. It has been such an odyssey since I started back here in Tritoncraft, since I started on 1.19. Believe it or not, all of this was meant to be like one episode. I got it into editing. I have so much footage, so I'm going to be breaking it up into like probably 4 different episodes. So this is going to be the culmination, finally, of me constructing this frog farm and doing all this different stuff here. I got to show you guys. I'm so proud of this. I'm so proud of this. Check it out. How absolutely beautiful does this look? I decided to use these mangrove roots to just like add a little bit of texture, add a little bit more depth to this, and make this kind of look like it's a little bit overgrown, or make it look like I wanted there to be something organic about it. And I think the mangrove roots are really, really good at organic. I think they make it really have kind of an organic feeling to it. Somehow I decided to add it over the top of the farm itself here. And now our tower, we've got like these little decorations in here. We've got some clay pots and some little azalea plants, and some of them I randomized it so it's not all the same. And we've got some soulfire lanterns here hanging from these little posts on the side here, just to kind of give it a little bit more character, a little bit more texture, a little bit more colorization. And we swapped out our sea lanterns that were in here for some Froglights. We've got the green variant of the Froglights in here because I thought those would look the best in here with the color palette that we had working in here. I gotta figure out what else I'm gonna do with this room. I kind of have this cool idea to build this big like backsplash here. Like just this kind of like super cool thing that like comes in at an angle and it has tons of Froglights and all this kind of stuff behind it. Just for the heck of it, get in the hole, get in there. The Froglight farm, I decided to AFK overnight. Like once I repopulated this with frogs, you guys saw that in the last clip, the just maddening, like that's why I had to build those sanctuaries so much closer so it would be easy to repopulate this thing. I AFK'd overnight just because I wanted to see if the frogs were going to disappear or not, and look at this ridiculousness. It's obscene how many Froglights we actually have. Like, I kind of can't believe it. I don't think I've lost a single frog. I haven't really tried to count, to be honest. So I think it was the full layer of snow that was really causing a bunch of them to disappear and die. I think for whatever reason, they were like jumping into it and they just kept getting cold damage, maybe a little bit at a time or something. I don't know. I really don't know, unfortunately, how that worked. But this design has been working absolutely perfectly. So, I mean, it's super simple. Just alternate some powdered snow there and just go to town and do your thing. I'm going to collect up all of our beautiful Froglights here. We're also going to collect up all this stupid magma cream, and we're going to end up throwing this into the pit with the Enderman because... spoiler alert, I don't need all this. No one would ever need all this magma cream. Literally ever. I don't know what I'm supposed to even do with it, but here we are. We have it. This has been an amazing foray into 1.19. Like, I'm so proud of this build. I'm so thrilled to finally be back here creating in Tritoncraft. I love this world so much. It means the absolute world to me. And, yeah, just enjoy all those magma cubes down there, and magma creams, or whatever they are. I love this world so much, and I'm so thrilled to finally be back in this world and doing all this stuff. And I mean, we've got stuff backed up in the hopper chain and the dispensers and stuff that leads into this as well. Oh boy. Yeah, let's get all this magma cream out of here. Let me collect up all these Froglights, or at least as many as I can possibly carry. I don't think I'm going to be able to carry all these, to be 100% honest. I think we're going to be stuck having to leave some of them behind, but that's okay. Let me collect all this stuff up, and we'll say goodbye. Well, I for sure could have done this more efficiently. Welcome back. Yeah, so I decided there were so many of them. I built more shulker boxes just to hold a bunch of them, and we haven't even touched the surface yet. Now, what I find really interesting about this is the split that we have, which probably tells us, especially early when the farm was running, how quickly some of our different variants of frogs died. This is all we have in terms of spare pearlescent Froglights. I mean, we're still getting more pouring in here. I mean, this minecart hopper is returning all the time. We've still got droppers that are absolutely full of these things in the back there. And of course, we're picking up all these stupid magma creams too, which I don't want. I mean, we have almost a full double chest of the green. We have almost a full double chest of the yellow, but only a few extra stacks of the pearlescent, which again, I find really interesting. But yeah, I mean, this thing comes back and it's got like a whole ton more. Just right there, just waiting to pour into the system here, which again I just find very interesting. There's a lot of magma cream down there right now, a lot. But I don't know. I find this really interesting. I find this really intriguing. Exactly. How we have so many of one color and so many of not another color. But then again, we have those sanctuaries right nearby, so we can always bring whatever other color frogs we need here if we want to kind of overwhelm it and add more to one side or the other of that equation. See, look, he's back already. He's back with even more stuff. But yeah, look at this. We got double chest, shulker. Oh, did I never finish filling that one? I never finished filling that one. So that's even a bigger split to the verdant Froglights, the green ones, of just how many of them I got versus everything else. There must have been a good period of time when whatever frog it is that makes the green ones was just in here like by itself, rocking and rolling, because yeah. So yeah, this thing comes back and look at that. Like, it's got so many more. You even kind of saw in that minecart there, like there was way more verdant than there were anything else. Very interesting. But at any rate, we are done finally with this project. We're going to add another project to the wall in there. It's going to be to create this backdrop for this thingy. It's just going to be a decorative thing. It's not really going to be anything fancy because, let's face it, we cut off the Bastion and it just looks like we're sitting in a giant box here. I want to kind of cut this down and make it like this I have an idea in my head. Is I'd like to this look like lava stairs, because up on top of this thing up here, you have the lava pools all sitting. What I would like to do is have these lava pools, like I'd like to take this whole thing, cut it down, and have the whole thing stair stepping down into this area down here with this, and have that lava just kind of straight flowing down in there. But that's going to become a whole different project. Like, it's just going to be a whole huge, like, decorative project that we're going to try to do. And we'll leave the rest of that Bastion remnant there. We'll just leave the rest of that there, and I don't really care about it all that much. But now we have our tower fully 100% in place. The only purpose of this tower, that's why there's nothing in it. It does look extremely nondescript in the middle, but that's because I can't have frogs hitting anything when they're falling down the tower to do anything here. But we finished so much. Like, I mean, you talk about like other things that I've done here. Like, there's a huge expansion of the nether highway that got completed as part of this as well. Like, there's just a huge amount of work that got done just to see this project come to reality. But it is finally finished. I am finally, like, I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled that we have finally finished this. Please let me know what you think of the tower, of the Froglight farm, of all the little frog sanctuary garden thingies, buildings, the little houses, the little frog hatcheries that we built in the 3 different biomes. I mean, just absolutely all of it. Like, I'm so thrilled. I've done so many things, even since getting back in here into 1.19. Like, we decorated some of that Crimson Forest outpost. Ow. Got it. Oh, nope. Knew it. Okay, the magical village is coming up here on the right of the character. So we stay over here. There we go. All right, we can do this. We can do this. Okay. Oh, well. Close enough. I'll take it. I will definitely take it. Oh my goodness. Let's head back. This is always fun to see every time I join in here. Every single time I come back from the nether now, these chunks don't load fast enough. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of Tritoncraft. If my calculations are correct, this should be like episode 52 or 53. I don't know. I've recorded so much material. I was like, oh yeah, I can cut all this down into one episode. There's so much that happens. And I literally wanted to show you guys so much. So I hope you really enjoyed it. So we are going to be able to officially mark off the Froglight farm. We're going to do that at the beginning of the next episode. And then it's time for the other 1.19 thing that we really need to take care of. Finding an ancient city. Finding the warden. Collecting all the different skulk blocks. All the different variations of skulk. Well, there's only one skulk block, but there's like the skulk veins, and then you've got, of course, you got the little utility things like the shriekers, the skulk sensors, and the whatever else, the things that spread the skulk. Those things, yeah, we've got all that kind of stuff to find. But yeah, Froglight Farm is officially done. We're going to get back to some more of these different projects and stuff as we go. Yeah, the funny thing is I can't even remove this because the nether highway still has to be completed out by the creeper farm. Like, it still has never been completed, headed out to the woodland mansion that Mandy conquered and took over. So I still got to do that. There's just so much. There's so much. I love your beautiful faces. I'm so grateful for you. Be kind to each other. Be kind to yourselves. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.